You want it so bad, and that's why you can't have it. I remember the first time I heard this, I was like, that's bullshit. I'm just gonna work hard and get it. Through sheer will and ego and determination, I'm gonna get it. And the truth is, you can still get the things you want like that, but I think you'll find you have a hard time holding on to them. I was put on this book by my sister. Asking It Is Given, Learning to Manifest Your Desires, Esther and Jerry Hicks. And when I first read this book, I was hearing a lot of stuff that I was like, that sounds very whimsical and it seemed like a lot of wishful thinking than it really did reality. But something that this book did bring my awareness to, and I know Joe Dispenza talks about this, I know Alan Watts talks about this. And if you don't know who these people are, Alan Watts is a philosopher. Joe Dispenza is an author. He talks a lot about consciousness, our experience. He wrote Becoming Supernatural, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. It seemed very whimsical, but there was this list of energetic fields that reside within our consciousness. We can be in the energy of contentment. We can be in the energy of curiosity. We can also be in the energy of shame. We can be in the energy of guilt. Find that the lower down the list, the more negative or the more darker the emotions or energy you can embody. The book posed that everything good wants to flow into your experience. Good things want to happen to you. If you're in a lower state, when you hear that, your brain's going to be like, no, no, it doesn't. My car broke down. These things are going wrong. Me and this person just broke, like, things are going wrong. I'm not saying that to discredit the things going wrong in your life, but that's the energy at which is forming your perception, and that's the energy at which your consciousness is residing in. So that's all you're attracting into your experience. Question becomes, how do you change your energetic field so you can start to attract better things, the things you want? Step 1, address your intentions. I was taking action from a place of fear that I wasn't good enough, ego that I wanted to be better than others, I wanted to be viewed the best, I wanted to squash the competition, I just wanted to be better than everyone. I actually achieved certain things like that, but those achievements I couldn't hold on to, those things I couldn't hold on to, those people I couldn't hold on to because I was in a lower state of shame and guilt and anger and irritation and ego and pride. Those things seemed like they were covered in butter, like I literally couldn't hold on to them. Or if I had them, the part of me that didn't think I was deserving of a better life would self-sabotage. So step 1, address your intentions. Your intentions are the why. For instance, this content. I've realized that I don't want to just make content because I want to get paid making videos. Now, would that be a good or a positive cherry on top? Of course. I'm not going to sit here and be like, "No, I don't want to get paid," because that's not true. That's inauthentic. I want to, create content because I want to share my growth. I want to develop in front of the camera. So not only can it, other people see me and be inspired to take their own action. I enjoy being in front of the camera. I enjoy the process of editing. I enjoy seeing it all come together. That was my intentions for doing this are deeper than I'm doing this so I can get this. And when I find that my intentions aren't so linear, my fuel to keep going, my excitement to keep going keeps growing as I keep doing it. And it starts compounding. I start wanting to get better. I start wanting to try new things. I start wanting to edit more and do all these things because my intentions are are fueled by that energetic list that I mentioned earlier. They're fueled by some of those higher energies. They're fueled by curiosity. They're fueled by love for this. They're fueled by excitement and contentment. I find all these steps are very intertwined within each other. But step 2 is address your environment. This book kind of helped me realize that things want to flow into your experience, but we create these borders and these dividers within our own environment to protect our ego that wants the familiar, that wants the comfortable, that wants the same. that wants you to continue to suffer, that wants you to continue to stay stuck. So once you start to address your environment and ask questions like, well, is this environment allowing things to flow into my experience, the things that I say I want? So, for instance, if you want a healthy relationship, your environment might not be like your actual environment, but it might be the environment or the ecosystem within inside of yourself, your relationship with yourself. How do you talk to yourself when things aren't going well? How do you talk to yourself when things are going well? How do you talk to yourself in general? And would you talk to another person like that? I can only speak for guys, but I know a lot of us guys struggle with shame and guilt of either messing up in the past, not being good enough, or not receiving the respect that we want quite yet. So we start to try and shame ourselves into being better. What I found with that is that really just creates a very dense shadow. That leads to a whole host of other issues later down the line. Even if you do start to receive external validation, you're still not grounded within yourself because you feel so much shame and guilt. So that's why you see so many people wanting to acquire so many things, because it's like you don't even feel rooted within yourself. So you need any type of stimulus to make you feel you. So, yeah, addressing your environment, the relationship example is, well, is the environment or is the relationship with yourself a healthy one? And a lot of the times, just knowing where we are now in today's society, it's not. And that's okay. You don't need to pretend that it is. Because if you can't acknowledge that you're not there, you'll never start. Like, if you can't acknowledge that you need to be better, or you want to be better, or you want to love yourself, then you'll never start. Addressing your environment is a big one. And then I think step 3 kind of happens as like momentum, but taking action. So once you've addressed your intentions, you've addressed your environment, and you start to take action. It might be small, it might start off small. So, your intentions are to love yourself, and loving yourself entails and requires taking care of your body and your mental health and your spiritual health. You might start addressing your environment, but you also might start taking action from a place of, I have all these bad habits, or I drink all this soda, or I eat all this fast food. Let me just start to lead with the intention to be better for myself, show up for myself. So then you might start to take a look at your cabinet and throw out some things, or buy some other foods that make you feel better. And not just like pleasure, but actually make your body feel better. You might start to substitute that soda for like a sports drink or water with sweet electrolytes. It's a step in the right direction, in the path of healing, in the path of self improvement, in the path of development in any aspect of life. If you feel like you have to climb a mountain overnight, you're not going to want to do it. So instead of trying to tackle this humongous task all at one point, you'll find it's a lot more helpful to just put one foot in front of the other. And I know that's cliche, but that's really how you start. That's how you start walking. That's how you start walking, bro. It might just start with switching out soda with that sports drink, or taking a walk with your homegirls, or going to hoop with the homies on Sundays. You know what I mean? Get some shots up on a little run on a Stairmaster. It might start like that, but yeah, but it will compound. I promise you it will. It will compound, and it might not even compound in that way. It might compound in a different way. Like, then you just start to show up to work on time, or you start to actually take notes in class, or you start to call your family more. Like, it might just start trickling into other parts of your life because you start to love yourself. So now you're naturally starting to love others. That's why the power of intention, addressing your environment, and then taking action is the sequence that I found the most effective and real to me. And then once you start to take action, this is the hard part, I think. Being patient enough and open handed enough to allow your divine experience to unfold the way it should. We make plans and we have these blueprints, want things to unfold a certain way, that way we feel safe and we feel like we know how things are gonna play out. But the truth is, nobody knows how shit's gonna play out. So instead of trying to hold on and grasp onto your plan so tight, you can use it as a loose roadmap, but understand that there's room for bendability. There's room for better things to come that you couldn't even plan, my guy. Like, some of the shit you can't even plan, bro. I'm telling you, like, it gets critical, bro. Like, there have been things unfolding in my life currently that I couldn't even imagine. Like, I couldn't have planned it. That's the value of step four, letting go and being patient enough to just let things fall in your lap. Because the things that actually fall in your lap are better than the things that you thought you were chasing and jumping through hoops for. You are letting things happen and being prepared. You'll find that when you did steps 1 through 3, when you're in that room with that person, you said what you needed to say, but you weren't saying it because there was this pressure, like, I need to tell this person so they can change my life. You just said it in passing, and then later on, you're like, oh my God, wait, what? That was that person? Oh, now situations are changing. Now opportunities are flowing into my experience that I couldn't even have planned. I think step four is kind of the hard one, is trusting what you can't see, trusting the shit that you can't plan out within your human mind, and just allowing your experience to unfold. I think step four is beautiful because it's really shown me how to trust my experience, trust people, trust myself, trust my higher self, trust my intuition, trust divine intelligence and love, trust God. Like, just trust. And it's not a blind trust because you're still doing steps 1 through 3. You're not walking blindly. It's almost like things are just happening, and things like you just have this intuition or this pull to just do things, and it's not even you. And I know that can seem very whimsical and like, what the fuck are you talking about? But it's like, that's how I feel right now. Going through these steps, I found that's how you attract what you want. And you can't do this. The thing about getting what you want is you can't do things to get what you want, because then you're still creating energetic importance. I watched this YouTuber. His name's Neuro Knowledge. I'll put his channel like right here, a screenshot of his shit right here. He was saying like we put importance between us and our desires, and like that creates this distance and these blocks that we can't work through, because it's like we don't think we're deserving of it because it's so important. Like, oh my God, I will never drive this type of car. I can never get this car. That car is so amazing. And it's like you're affirming to that wounded part of you that like you don't deserve that. And I know that sounds backwards because it's like, no, I want it, so I think I do deserve it. And it's like, yeah, but you wanting it so bad is a telltale sign that you don't like. Like, it should feel like that shit. It should feel like something like that could just flow into your experience, and it's pretty logical and it's pretty rational. Like, yeah, I should be I should buy a G-Wagon at 25. Like, that makes sense. Not like, "Oh my God, I wish I could, bro, I can't wait till I," like, no, it shouldn't feel like that. It shouldn't feel like, "Oh my God, I can't wait till the one flow. I can't wait till this girl comes into my life." Like, no, it should just feel like, "Oh, it just happened." I'll do a little recap. Step 1, address your intentions or your why, the why you want what you want. Step 2 is address your environment. Are you allowing things to effortlessly flow into your experience, or are you creating a prison? Are you creating an environment where that can't happen? Step 3, take action. And that one kind of happens seamlessly after step 1 and 2. Step 4 is be patient and be prepared. I always hear this saying, sometimes it's regarding opportunities, sometimes it's regarding relationships. It's this analogy of, don't chase butterflies, just build yourself a beautiful garden and they'll come to you. And I think that rings very true. But I implore you guys to build your garden on soil that's based in love and excitement and curiosity and contentment and peace. And you'll find that the flowers you grow and the butterflies that you attract will have those same characteristics. But you never needed the butterflies, my guy. Like, you never needed it. Like, you didn't need it then and you don't need it now. And so once you do attract them, they're great. You can enjoy them, but you know they're also going to fly away. And new ones are going to come. And then they'll fly away. And then new ones will come. I mean, to this next saying that I heard, our suffering doesn't come from desires. I think our suffering comes from our attachment to desire. Um, our attachment to what's temporary. It's almost like humans, we have this weird habit of wanting temporary forever because it feels good, or we want temporary until we say it's done. If you can just see things for what they are, coming and going, you can enjoy them while they're here, and you're not so crushed when they leave, or when your experience changes, or when your environment or your perspective changes. You can enjoy things fully. You can actually be present in the moment now. You're no longer in your head so much about, oh, this person's so great, or this job is so great, or these things are so great. I hope I don't lose it. I hope I don't mess up. You're not really living, bro. You're just psyching yourself out. And we do that. We do that because, there's a wounded part of us that doesn't think we deserve better. But you just got to tell that part of yourself, whether it's through prayer, meditation, journaling, whatever that part of yourself is, that they're loved, they matter, and you see them. And yeah, I think after all that, you'll find you're getting what you want pretty effortlessly. I love y'all. Take care.